Welcome to the show. Sophisticated Ignorance. Chris and Corey. Let's go. Sit back, vibe, have a drink. We're about to get into it. You know what I'm saying? Whole lot of laughs and a whole lot of ignorance, man. This one for the culture. So tap in, vibe out, grab a seat, you know what I'm saying? Make sure your house nice and clean, burn a candle. We're about to get into it. Yeah. Sophisticated Ignorance.
Welcome back, episode 7. What's going on? What's going on?
7?
All the ignorant graduates out there, man. We moving.
Fresh banger.
Yes, sir.
Damn, it feel good to be back.
It definitely does, man. We
feel
made
like
it.
we ain't shoot an episode in a minute,
For real.
bro. We just
All
shot
I know
one.
is we made it through January.
Yeah, man.
First week of Black History Month.
First week.
You know, they had to give us a short month, but you know,
Hey,
we grateful for having something.
We shot not all black.
Everything.
Everything. Trinidad James, all gold, everything, all black, everything.
But yeah, man, we just grateful to be back. Thank y'all for supporting. Thank y'all for keep commenting and watching and listening. And stay tuned. Before we jump into the episode or the show, we wanted to touch base on some stuff that we missed last week, man. We had a tumultuous 2020 and a lot of things went by unnoticed on our episode last week. So first and foremost, we wanted to say shout out and RIP to Kobe Bryant. You know, we lost a great last year, unfortunate accident, and to his daughter as well, and everybody else that was on that helicopter. I don't have a list of names in front of me, and they're very hard to pronounce because I tried before, and I don't want to mess it up. So
let's not forget those people too.
Yes.
R.I.P. to them too.
We also miss Larry King, one of the great media moguls of our time. You know, I believe he was in his 90s when he passed. He might have, you know, he lived a great.
Yeah, man, he lived a good time.
Yeah.
He lived a nice little life.
Third, we missed Hank Aaron, who passed. You know, a baseball legend.
For real, man.
Somebody who was front and center on a lot of you know, social justice issues, even though he probably didn't want to be, but he was that man that a lot of people looked at for certain things. So
yeah,
I want to touch on that. We did also lose Cicely Tyson. You know,
and that's a big one.
Yeah, man,
that's a big one, man.
I remember. I'm old, but I only remember her as like the grandma and everything. She was 96 though. You know,
but she didn't age.
She didn't, bro. It was like she aged gracefully, like so slow and just, you know, she
even in her roles in the movies that she played, you couldn't tell that, you know what I'm saying, she was up in age.
I never knew. I thought she was, you know, just like 75 maybe, and she was just like, you know how when you know the ad, black don't crack. So like, you know, I'm sure you got grandmother, I got grandmother, grandfather who they just look the same forever. And you know, you don't really know how old they are. That's how I looked at Cicely Tyson.
She got so much love from just like the black celebrities period, just blacks period. Like she got so much love. Like everybody, even if you didn't know her, like everybody looked to her as if she was a grandma.
Yeah,
you
and
know
I definitely
she
love
got so much love, bro.
But Tyler Perry had a post about her, you know, being like a mother figure to him. You know, he definitely put her in a lot of his movies and she always played that role where everybody might be getting crazy and doing stuff, but she always was there to keep you grounded and bring you back to reality. So I just, you know, we want to say we definitely want to give a rest in peace to her and prayers for her family and things like that. And also just recently we realized or found out that Screech from Saved by the Bell, if nobody knows what his real name is, Dustin Diamond, passed from stage 4 cancer. You know, I know he was just diagnosed a couple of weeks ago, but as we all know, cancer is not anything to play with, and it's obviously very aggressive.
Take you out quick, boy.
I think he just got diagnosed maybe 3 weeks ago, or it was made public 3 weeks ago. We all know we lost the great Black Panther, Chadwick Boseman, to the same.
And they kept that under wraps. Yeah, real good.
The fact that he was able to film every one of those Marvel movies he was in while he was going through chemo is amazing.
And then he actually had Chad Boseman actually had an interview where he was very, very skinny.
Yeah,
you know
and people was kind of clowning him about it, making jokes.
You never know what's going on. A lot of people,
I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't making fun of it. I thought it was for a movie role. I was like, maybe he losing weight for a role.
Because 50 Cent did the same thing. He lost all that weight for a movie role. Yeah, but
I was hoping this for a movie role. That was my only guess. I was like, oh, he's doing that for a movie. I didn't think about it as he was sick. You know, that's the last thing from my mind. But you know, unfortunately, that was the case. So yeah, that was sad stuff. Yeah. So had to get out that way. Had to make sure we addressed it. Just to make sure we was current.
You know what I'm saying? Readjust the energy.
Yeah, well, before we even do that, you know, unfortunately, we don't like to cover this kind of stuff, but it's news, so it's a talkable topic. But have you heard about the T.I. story?
Yeah, you know, that's why we're readjusting the energy. Yeah,
I feel like it's not on the same vein, but it's still kind of cringeworthy.
It is though.
I hope it's false, but allegations are allegations.
T.I.,
for a reason.
you know what I'm saying? T.I. be going out there doing his thing. I'm pretty sure Tiny be tagging along with them strippers.
You could be right. The sad part is a lot of people not gonna really ride for him because of what he said about his daughter. Mm-hmm. And, so they feel like he's already kind of misogynistic.
But I don't think that's misogynistic. I mean, it's just he got money. Yeah. Let him do what he want to do with his money, and that's how he want to parent his daughter. That's how he parent his daughter.
You're right.
Don't nobody say nothing to these people who got their 5-6-year-olds out here twerking. The Cardi B songs on TikToks and nothing. Yeah, I mean, so don't tell that man he can't go in there.
You're right.
And be in there.
Everybody got an opinion. You don't have to like it. You're right.
You feel me?
I feel like personally, it's a little weird. I don't really want to go that far, but it's
whatever
obviously
floats your boat.
Whatever floats your boat. So that's what works in his family. But the last I heard, it was like 19 different women saying that they was
He came out with a video saying that.
I didn't watch it. It was 7 minutes. I didn't feel like listening to the whole thing.
Basically saying that when what I'm saying, people have nothing on you. And they can't get you in court, you know what I'm saying? The only thing they can do is slander your name,
smear your name.
And just
that's
throw out
definitely
false negatives
something
out there, false positives out there, and you know.
That's definitely something that's happened a lot, with entertainment, just, people getting mad or wanting to check or something.
Mm-hmm.
But, these entertainers have these parties, they go to hotels, stuff happens, or, this is just all, theoretically, we're not saying we know this, but at the same time, we've probably heard a story or two.
Could be true.
Somebody.
I wouldn't put it past them.
You can't. When it comes to money, I've heard stories about rich millionaires having these weird parties and paying people like $3,000 to eat like butter.
We all knew R. Kelly was, out here sexually harassing, young girls, and
ain't nobody say nothing.
You know what I'm saying? I guess apparently Bill Cosby was too. So, hey,
I got a different opinion about the Bill Cosby thing. It's I'm not trying to rant about it, but I just feel like Bill Cosby was a setup. Personally, I know it's women who come out, but the people who are accusing him, it's just so odd to me. Like those people,
you wait this long.
Granted, their character is questionable. I don't know.
You know what I'm saying? He did something to you in your 20s, and you wait till you 78.
That's a double standard
to come out and tell
with like women and men, because I feel like women, they're scared and they feel like nobody's gonna believe them. But even on the same vein with the whole, and this is nothing to do with our episode, but since we're here. The whole B2K thing with nobody wanting to believe Raz B. Like, I feel like people just ignoring it because he a dude.
Not even that. This is people with money. You know what I'm saying?
But if he was a female saying that their manager made them do all this stuff, that manager be in jail already. Yeah. But because he a dude, nobody listening to him, or people, they paint him as crazy because, that stuff happens to both sides, but another double standard. It don't really get as much attention, or somebody say, oh, he just crazy mad. So
I feel like my dog, Bill Cosby, got Emmett Till, because I seen a piece where the lady that Emmett Till supposedly whistled to. She died
and said that she was lying on her deathbed. Yep.
I feel like my dog got Emmett Till.
All I know is, I don't even want to act like this, but the lady who was like the most famous accuser, I think her name was Janice Dickinson or something like that, if I'm not mistaken. She was like some kind of model or something like that. She just got from what the media paints of her picture, if I'm not saying her name wrong, I'm not even going to look it up because I honestly don't really care. But she being an accuser, to me, just don't sit right. And that's all I'm going to say. If you want to look it up or go pay attention to it, do it. But I don't really.
I want to know who you're talking about, so I'm about to go look it up.
She got a history, man. So I don't know. It's just weird to me to even, like, you being an accuser after so many years.
I figured this was the lady you was talking about. Like, she don't even got no top lip. Like, I figured that's Janice Dickinson. I figured that's who you was talking about. Like,
but that's not even where I was going with it. But it's still funny though.
No, she's ugly.
But that's just. Let's just move on to the next thing. So to readjust the energy. Again, staying in hip hop.
Okay.
Unfortunately, Trey Songz got arrested for being at the Chiefs game, rooting for the Chiefs. That's what he get.
I think Trey he got arrested for punching a officer out there at the Chiefs game. Trey Songz on the fence to me. Like he in the middle of being like light skinned and,
but
like,
he a real one though. I've heard some stories.
He got light skin tendencies. That was a temper tantrum he threw.
He might, but I heard he putting hands on people. So. But from the video I saw, he was eating some popcorn and drinking something, and I think a fan was heckling him, and then him and the security or cop got into it about his mask, and we'll see what happens. I don't think it's going to go too far, but he did punch the man, so who knows what happened.
Oh, I'm laughing at what you put in his docket about the
Oh, the next
We
stuff?
finna get to it about the Seahawks, dude. I'm not gonna say that word, but
hey, man, that's an inside. That's an inside.
Yeah,
I had to put it there.
That's an insider.
But yeah, Trey Songz.
Tell us how you really feel.
Trey Songz got arrested, man. Hopefully he, doesn't have to serve any time.
Hopefully my dog
that.
beat the case, which is there's no case at all
for real.
But yeah,
but while we talking about football, you was right about the Bucks. So
appreciate it.
Give your boys a round of applause. Tom Brady did his thing. He did his thing.
Come on, man, we got to go.
Super Bowl, and it's in Tampa. So shout out to Tampa for hosting the Super Bowl.
Yeah.
Actually took the fam out to the little Super Bowl experience that they having at the Riverwalk. It was pretty dope. The food was trash. All y'all
all the vendors out there.
The vendors who came out there with that food, charging people $16 for 6 wings, y'all trash.
Ooh, out of
fries
pocket.
was cold. I had an empanada that was the worst thing I ever had in my life. It tastes like I had ground beef in a paper towel with no seasoning.
I really feel like you can't really enjoy food unless it's cooked by somebody from like that is authentically from that culture. You get what I'm saying? Like,
I get what you're saying, but sometimes it's a hit or miss because I don't think I think the same thing. Like I can't
though like Chef Ramsay is a chef and he can cook collard greens. I'm pretty sure his greens ain't gonna be better than your grandma's greens.
No.
You get what I'm saying?
Ain't nobody beat my nana greens. R.I.P. to my nana.
You feel me? Like he a chef, but you know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna beat.
But
somebody who
I
really
think they did like prepackaged stuff or like stuff they could put in a certain type of packaging for sanitation, COVID stuff. But the food was overpriced and it wasn't that good. I was mad. I was supposed to get some pizza.
I'd have been mad too. Overpriced food.
Yeah, but it is what it is.
Only time I spend money on overpriced food is at the Florida State Fair.
But I mean, you get a big size amount of food when you at the fair.
But it's good too.
It's good. It's overpriced. But we talking about Super Bowl prices.
Five fried Oreos for like $10.
Yeah, that's $2 an Oreo. That's tripping. You can get a pack of Oreos for like $1 and some change. So they making money.
They a lot of money. They making a lot of money.
Nah, this was worse than that.
Yeah.
Think about going to like an amusement park and like getting bad food. That's how bad this was. Like I'm talking about
amusement parks do. If you ain't going to like one of them, you know how Busch Gardens got like the restaurant in there.
Nope. Okay.
If you ain't going to one of them, the story now. You get trash.
I took my daughter to SeaWorld for her second birthday, and we was in a little polar bear zone, Arctic something. I don't even know what it's called. Went in there, get some food because the line was long. I was like, man, let's just eat. It was lunchtime. Messed around and first. My theory is when I go to these parks, just get chicken tenders and fries because you'll never miss. It's always the same. But
you'll never miss.
Curiosity killed the cat. So I'm like, let's try this Asian cuisine over here. Man, that shit was so garbage.
Oh.
Bro, I'm talking about the frozen peas from like the Walmart frozen section.
I don't eat peas. The only time I eat green vegetables,
y'all know what I'm talking about. The Chinese rice that come frozen. You can put it in the microwavable bag. That's what they gave us. And orange chicken that tastes like cat ankle. It was so, man, I spent like $30 on that stuff. I was so mad. And then this ain't the worst part because I knew it was overpriced and I bought it, but I was like, I was hoping that it would taste good. So we walk a little further, taking my daughter some other stuff. We get to like where the penguins and some other stuff is. Mess around. They got a whole underwater cafe. Bruh, I walked into this place. I saw a shark swimming by the window. Somebody sitting there eating a steak, and I'm like, you telling me I just paid $30 for this bootleg ass Chinese food?
And then you weird anyways. And I could have had to a theme park and you ordered fucking Chinese food.
That's
I know. Chicken at a theme park.
I know. That's why I said chicken tenders and fries. I always say that, but I never listen to myself. That's crazy. That's what happened to me at the damn Super Bowl thing. That's why I wasn't even mad. I was like, this is my own fault. I ain't listened to myself.
Right.
The one time I should have listened to myself, I didn't. All right, man. So on to the.
I'll let you introduce this one. I'll let you go ahead and introduce this current event. Right
to the something I wish I didn't have to talk about, but
let us know how you really feel.
Because
it sounds like you get it off your chest.
The Seahawks player, Chad Wheeler. I'm not gonna call him what I want to call him because then I would be a racist. But whatever. Was charged with first-degree domestic violence, assault, and domestic violence and unlawful imprisonment for allegedly attacking his girlfriend. It's not alleged. We saw the pictures.
And
you're a piece of shit.
I mean, well, we would be talking about this. I'm not gonna say it that way. We're talking about this because his girlfriend is black. But
yes,
if he would be any right, even if she wasn't, you beat any woman like this, bro, you just got.
First and foremost, she's black. But secondly, you should never put your hands on a woman. So I hope whoever her family is that love her and protect her, see that man one day and he get what's coming to him. I'm not inciting violence. I'm just saying what's real.
What's buddy name off the Boondocks who was like, I likes you and I wants you? They need to put him in the cell with him.
The only person I remember from Boondocks besides Riley and Huey is Uncle Ruckus because they was the funniest characters.
Uncle Ruckus, my dog.
He was just a nut. That's Sam Jackson from Django.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, back to this.
That's messed up. And because he's supposed to be bipolar, I guess she said.
I don't. That's what I wanted to talk about.
He stopped taking his
somebody
medicine.
up, leave them unconscious, and go eat food, and then when they wake up, say, "Oh, you're still alive."
He bipolar. He got schizophrenia. Like I guess
to echo Steve Harvey, what medicine make you whoop somebody's ass? Make you stop whooping somebody's ass? I ain't never heard of it. I don't care. And I work in the mental health field. It's not
too far fetched though, because if you got people out here giving these kids Ritalin, you give your child Ritalin, stop. You dumb as fuck. Like kids are supposed to be hyper. They are children.
Or what's it called? What's that ADHD med? Adderall for ADHD.
Right, like
direct their energy towards something.
You giving your kids drugs to calm them down, so you know you're giving them a fucking depressant,
a controlled substance, pretty much
to calm. You ain't calming them down. You putting them in a state of depression. So you can get your time. Just get your ass up and play with your kids, lazy
pretty
bitch.
Much. But yeah, I'm not buying a mental health excuse. I'm not buying that he was off his meds. People get off their meds. I understand that. But I've worked with people, know people who take medication, and I've never been around somebody who stopped taking their meds.
I ain't giving him no type of clout, but I'm just saying it ain't far fetched. No, now that he might have stopped taking his medicine.
The part that makes me mad, the part that makes me mad is. That was the first thing that they released after we had to force them. And I say we, I mean Twitter. Because the only reason why anybody knew about this is because Twitter kept reposting it because there was not coverage on any ESPN outlet, any news outlet about this.
But they ain't got time. They was like, bro, this dumbass white man done hit this black woman and he know what type of turmoil the world in.
If he was black, what would have happened? What happened to Ray Rice? What happened to Kareem Hunt? What happened to...
Listen, though, Ray Rice was... That was justifiably right. He done... Come on now. He
hit her with the right use.
Yeah.
But, not to say but, because it's not right. His wife came out and explained and said that blah, blah, blah. But he never got a chance to play again. I guarantee you he gets signed somewhere. Well, he might not now because of the time, but
Ray Rice played in a different NFL.
You're right. You absolutely right.
He played in a different NFL.
But a lot of people would say the NFL was forced to suspend him because they weren't going to do nothing.
I mean, yeah, we can go to the same thing because Chad Ochocinco got kicked out of NFL.
For headbutting.
And obviously, if you know Evelyn... I'm
tripping.
Evelyn Lozardia or something like that. If you know her... She might have deserved it. I'm just saying.
She got a mouth, but
she got a mouth, and then she was talking a lot to people on what it is, basketball wise. She run that mouth,
but still, you can't put your hands, head, feet, nothing on no woman, man. In turn, that's off limits.
That is off limits, but in turn, don't keep provoking and enticing. You can't.
But okay,
don't keep provoking and enticing people.
There's a give and a take. But at the end of the day, if you're a grown ass man and you weigh 300-something pounds and play offensive tackle in the NFL, and your girlfriend is a petite young woman, walk away. If you can walk away. She could call you whatever is in the book. But
she can.
You can walk out the door.
If you walk away, what if you get hit in the back of the head?
You get hit in the back of the head. And
what if that hit in the back of the head is the hit that kills you? What if she just fluke? Then, you know how a little skinny dude be bumping a big dude and then mess around and he get a fluke hit in the temple.
Yeah, and it's a wrap.
Not buddy out. Or done kill
But look what you just said. You said dude. We talking about a female.
But that go for anybody. I
know you playing devil's advocate.
Yeah, I'm playing devil's advocate. But I don't believe nobody should hit nobody, man.
I'm just saying that maybe he couldn't have walked away. I don't know what the situation was. I wasn't there. All I'm saying is
because everybody gonna have their opinion. Because you got to look at the single moms who got their sons. And, don't let nobody put their hands on you. I love that. You got to protect yourself.
But at the same time, when you're an adult man, you have to understand that you shouldn't put your hand. I'm not gonna say you can't, because if a female got a gun to you, then what you gonna do? That's different. But in this situation,
bullet.
I don't appreciate how you stupid dog. I don't appreciate how the media handled the covering of the story. I feel like they just brushed it under the rug. It was nothing because it's the off season and the Super Bowl. They don't really care. But I guarantee you, this is a black dude. He would have been thrown under the bus. And Michael Vick lost everything for some dogs.
Bro, come on now. You know white people love them dogs
more than they love people. I understand that.
Right.
But at the same time,
white people love them dogs.
This should have been something that was handled the same way
White
that they
people love them dogs.
They handle
boy.
every other situation when it came to a black dude.
They look harder for lost dogs than they do kidnapped white children.
You're right.
Listen,
You're right.
They gonna find that dog.
They gonna post pictures.
They gonna find that dog.
Hey man,
listen, little Billy done ran out there and got lost. We gonna send a little watch party out there. You know what I'm saying? He might be on the news for a little quick dog, 5-second segment, and after that, hey, he on the back of a milk carton. But that dog, that dog gonna get found.
That's weird though. Do they have? Man, I guess that's detention centers. Do they have like pounds for people that's not jail when they get lost?
Bro, I don't even know. I
don't think know, about it.
It's crazy because I be seeing stories where people like little kids be on the back of milk carts and then they found like 10 years later. Like,
man, I just saw a weird documentary I was watching.
First of all, how do you even lose a child?
People steal them. Like I'll be
how?
At work.
I wish somebody would attempt to steal one of my 4 children.
Man, I don't even want to say I wish. I don't want to put myself in that predicament to end up in jail.
Oh,
so
because I wish.
I don't even. I keep seeing. I saw a clip the other day on Twitter where the lady was walking with her husband, and somebody walked by and just like slapped the kid and walked away. And
I seen that. I seen that.
And somebody comment was like, "I would have caught a case in the body in the same day." And I'm like, "How they just stood there and yelled at the lady?" Man,
everybody ain't built for that, man.
I seen my kids, bro.
I seen was it D.L. Hughley? I think it was D.L. Hughley posted something on Instagram where some dude stole a car and there was a baby left in the car.
Oh man!
They brought the car back and cussed the lady out for leaving the baby in the car.
That's what should have happened. She should have got cussed out. She should have got cussed out for leaving a baby. You can't leave no baby in no car. You shouldn't have stole the car. But I think
she went to like a department store or something. Either way,
how responsible are the robbers? Because they would have got charged with kidnapping and grand theft.
I would have came back and been like, look, this was a test. You failed because you left your child in the car. Here go your keys back.
I can't imagine doing that, bro. I'd be scared. Like, I have intrusive thoughts all the time about stuff like that. Like, I'm driving and forget my kid in the back seat.
But how you forget your kid, though?
Bro, I don't know.
The only time I forget about my kids is when they in the house with me.
I ain't gonna say forget.
I forget that they
hear. Well, if you don't hear them long enough, you're gonna be like, what the hell going on?
Like,
they too quiet.
It's real quiet.
Yeah, they too quiet. I trust me, I understand.
Mm-hmm. The next thing you know is paint all over the walls.
But to wrap this current event up, Chad, hopefully you never get to play in NFL again. You lose all your money. I don't think you had any endorsements, but hopefully the young sister gets justice. And if she presses charges, I hope she presses all charges and he gets convicted. Because you're a gross piece of shit. In my opinion.
Might beat the case because he can claim insanity, bipolar.
Bruh, that's unfortunately that's what's gonna happen.
And bipolarness and stuff when they go to prison. They get to go to the A ward. They get to go live in luxury. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, unfortunately, that's what might happen. But hopefully, she was raised by some goons.
And then, you know what I'm saying, he got a little bit of change. So he might can beat the case how he want to beat it. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. Money rule the world.
Speaking of money, on to the next best news of the year so far. If you haven't been following stock market craziness, I'm here to tell you that if you own any shares of AMC or GameStop, you might be a happy camper today because
before they shut it down.
If you haven't followed the Wall Street Bets page on Reddit or on Twitter, probably should do that now. It might be too late. But if you haven't noticed, GameStop is now $300 and something a share. I think at highest it was $400.
And it was just going out of business.
Yeah, it was going out of business. It's basically Blockbuster for games. You can download games on your console. You don't need to go buy them. Same thing with AMC. And it's funny because if you don't know about this story, this is what happened pretty much. A bunch of people on Reddit got together and was like, we're going to run up GameStop and AMC because they're going out of business and we're tired of hedge fund people making money off of short sales. If you don't know what a short sale is,
educate the people.
Let's look it up real quick. Let's get the great definitions from whatever website I'm about to get this from.
Oh, I thought you knew it off the top of your head.
No, I used to, but I'm not as educated as I should be on this.
Yeah, the first time when I first seen this topic, I just heard Dave Chappelle in my head. Should have never gave you niggas money. That's the first thing I heard.
That's funny.
Cause they shut it down with the quickness. Like, bruh,
That's the craziest part. Bro, everything stopped.
Everything.
I got 900 letters from
every stock market app like shut it down. Like no, you can't do this no more.
The first notice was the market is volatile.
Yeah.
Certain stocks might go. You might lose money. Don't buy. Don't put all your money in the stocks. Then it was like we have stopped trading on such and such stocks because it's too volatile.
Right.
Basically, and I even heard a clip where Cuomo was talking to the CEO of Robinhood. Like, you know, he's like, I got a little history in finance. What the New York Stock Exchange didn't stop trading these shares, so what did you put a stop on it for? What did you do it? And he was like, blah blah blah.
Keep money out of your little
pretty much.
Pocket.
I saw a clip about the one of these hedge fund people talking about he's getting attacked by poor people. So you mad? We found a loophole and we found out how to make money the same way you do, and now you're getting attacked. Right. But if it was you making money, it's okay. So basically, in finance, a short sale. Let me see if I got the right definition for you people out there. Being in a short an asset means investing in such a way that the investor will profit if the value of the asset falls. This is the opposite of more controversial long position where the investor will profit if the value of the asset rises.
Ain't nobody gonna understand what you just said.
I don't even understand what I just read. But from what I understand from things that I have learned post and pre this whole thing happening, basically you can decide to sell a stock once it drops pretty much for a certain window or whatnot. So basically hedge fund people, if I'm wrong, please somebody tell me I'm wrong, but I think this is what I understand. Basically they buy certain stocks of companies that are going to go pretty much go away soon. But once the stock gets lowered, they bet on it getting low.
Why didn't they do that for JCPenney? Because I know I got a lot of homeboys who invested a lot of money in JCPenney.
Bro, I used to Macy's too, but Macy's, all of them are like outlets now. But basically they make money on stocks when they get low because they, for whatever reason, they buy a bunch, they bet on them dropping, blah blah blah. So these people were like on Reddit, this forum, they were like, hey, we're gonna fuck with them so they can't make no money, so they raise the stock prices. So everybody who bought into it and raised the price made money instead of the hedge fund people, which made the hedge fund people mad, which I'm assuming made them say, hey, Robinhood guy, stop them from doing this because we're losing money. And now they are continuously losing money.
One thing you ain't gonna do is play with them white people money.
That's the only thing they care
you
about.
Ain't gonna play with them white
they call us colored, but the only thing they care about is green.
Right.
At the end of the day, you can be the richest, you can be the blackest person on earth, but if you got money, they'll respect you like you one of them.
Respect you, yes sir.
Which is the most annoying thing ever to me. But hey,
that dollar talk.
Sometimes I always say like we should go back to barter system to see who can really survive. Basically, like if you can fix my roof, I can fix your sink, kind of thing. Like we trade, and
ain't nobody doing all that.
I know.
Want their money.
Yeah, I mean, unfortunately, hey, what they playing this crypto?
And you don't need a lot of money to get a lot of
this crypto about to take over. So
yeah,
we're gonna see.
I wonder if you can go to the strip club and pay strippers in crypto.
If you got Cash App, you can.
They take Cash App in strip club?
I seen some pictures with them with the Cash App on their heels. You can just tag it and go ahead and
resourceful.
COVID, you don't got to touch dollars.
Resourceful.
But yeah, that is funny as hell though. Imagine that.
Resourceful.
He'd be on the pole like,
what's your Cash App, baby?
He's just tagging it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was brought to my eyes because I own like 5 shares of AMC. Right, I bought it last year sometime. I was like, oh, it's $2 some change. I never even thought about GameStop. I'm like, for whatever reason, never thought about it. But my 5 shares of GameStop maybe cost me like $15, maybe $10. I can't remember. I know it was like $2 and change. But when all this craziness was going on, that shit was at like $20-something.
That ain't bad.
A share. So like if I would have been smart enough to buy like 50 or 100 shares, I could have came up a pretty penny. So I say that to say, if you're not into stock markets, if you don't trust it, if you don't think it's a viable option, let's use this as an example. Bitcoin, for instance. Like you could put $1 in Bitcoin or $10 in Bitcoin and get a return in the same day, right? Like your percentage will go up. You could have $1,000 in your savings account and your dividend will be a penny. And I literally just saw this, like, because every dollar that you have in there, they give you like 1 or 2 percentage points for that dollar. So pretty much the bank take your money out of savings and spend it in the stock market, but then they give you 1 percentage point off of what they make from your money. As opposed to you putting your money in the stock or you putting your money in, an investment or something that's going to bring you a better return, so you get more for your money. So like putting it in the savings account ain't really doing nothing for you at the end of the day. But yeah, I'm not the best financial advisor by any means. This is not financial advice. Don't listen to what the hell I'm talking about. This is just me talking about this topic because I feel like it's something in the work, something coming.
Yeah, it was news. It was news on Black Twitter.
Yeah, it was definitely funny though because
it was.
I love to see the system crumble. So it's definitely dope to see that.
Come on, man.
It's definitely dope to see that.
If the system fail, you fail.
No. Without us, there's no system.
So if the system failed, you fail.
No, the system can fail. We'll still be here. They need us to run the system. Think about this.
But you need a system in order to run.
No, you don't. We the engine to the car. They just make it look pretty because
you the engine to the car. But you need a car to be an engine.
No, you don't.
What you gonna engine in?
Anything. We can start anything. I'm not using engine as in we literally in the car. Bro, see you.
No, you need a car to be an engine.
No, you don't, bro.
You need a car to be an engine.
I got legs. I can walk.
But guess what?
What?
You got to be legs on something in order to walk.
That's the earth. They own the earth.
You got to be legs on something in order to walk.
No, man. I love to see the system crumble. The system is what got us in. We in the Matrix for a reason.
Oh my God, boy.
We in the Matrix for a reason, man.
Man. So what we doing, man? We getting into this topic of what?
I guess so, man. I guess so.
Come on, man. And today's topic for the people.
So, man, I was at work one day, man, and I've been watching movies and documentaries and all this stuff, and it just got me to thinking, bro. Like, you ever felt like you had to like fit in a different kind of environment, or like you just had to? I'm not gonna say pretend to be somebody different, but
just had to finesse some shit.
Finesse, but. Did you feel awkward when you was doing it? You feel like you had to fit in for no reason? Like, the standards of society nowadays is just like weird, bro. Like, when it comes to just being on the job, going to a job interview, for instance. Like, when I first started growing my hair, I was so afraid of like going to a job interview because I was in the ugly stage. Yeah. You know, I'm at like 5 years now.
The status quo.
Nothing. Like, I'm like, bro, these people gonna look at me like, this nigga with this nappy ass hair, this crazy. Like, I didn't think I was gonna get hired nowhere. Mm-hmm. So I was talking to, I was working overnights at the time, and I was talking to one of my homeboys, Mr. Campbell. Shout out Campbell if you ever see this or hear it. But I was asking him because his dreads was super long. I'm talking about to the floor. But he had just cut them. He was like, man, I just wanted to cut them because it was time. You know, it was just over it. And he was like, I asked him, I said, did you ever feel like weird about going to job interviews or like have issues getting hired somewhere because of your hair? He was like, at first I did, but then once I realized I could articulate and talk to people, I was cool because they stopped seeing my hair. Yeah. But like for a person that has, I ain't gonna say low self-esteem, but somebody with anxiety or you know, overthinkers out there, like what do you do in that situation when you feel like you're not gonna be accepted because of how you look? And black people, we feel like this probably every day.
You gonna
depending on where you go, you gonna try to. I ain't gonna say sell out, but
you ain't gonna sell out. You gonna settle.
You gonna settle for what you can get, but why is it like that? Should it be that way?
It's not gonna. You ain't gonna settle for what you can get. You gonna settle for what they allow you to obtain.
Say that one more time.
You gonna settle for what they allow you to obtain.
They being the system, right?
Yeah,
which needs to crumble.
But
okay, I just want to make that point.
You part of that system because
unfortunately
now
you are on
you part of that system because you allowing them, which is a system you are a part of. You're allowing your peers and the people around you to dictate where and where you can't work based off your appearance.
But if you're not the person who controls the hiring and firing process, or even the process of getting your foot through the door, how do you fit that mold without? I ain't gonna say selling out, but how do you fit that mold with still being an individual? Because I know, matter of fact, I think there's something, speaking of dreads, I think there's an act called, if I'm not mistaken, it's called the Crown Act. And it was passed for people that have hair, you know, natural hair. And basically, let me read it, okay. The Crown Act, which stands for Creating a Respectful and Open World for Natural Hair, is a law that prohibits race-based hair discrimination, which is the denial of employment and educational opportunities because of hair texture or protective hairstyles, including braid, locks, twists, or bantu knots. Because as you're well aware, people with hair, especially my ladies out there that rock their natural hair, shout out to y'all. y'all probably, like everybody who does, have issues with people saying certain things and making comments about your natural hair if it's not straight a certain way.
And I don't think like I think that act was mainly passed because of dudes. You know what I'm saying?
Think so?
Yeah, because dudes. Listen, this is me thinking off what America perceives us as.
Okay.
Dudes with dreads look scary.
That's so aggravating, but you're right. Like,
you
the stigma is
listen, you can't tell me right now. You go into a corner store on 22nd or wherever. You can go in Brandon and dude in dreads, you know what I'm saying, goes or whatever. You gonna look at him, you gonna be like, bruh, this man too close to me. Like, he just.
I'm not gonna feel that way.
I'm not, but
I look the same way.
Right, you look the same way, but you might have like a little second thought on somebody. Like, listen,
you mean like the aggressive kind of quote?
Right,
unquote.
he might look like he bought something. Like he might look like he on some bullshit, but then you get a lame little black dude coming here. You know what I'm saying? Little fro glasses. You ain't even timid. You ain't even worried about him. We don't even see him in the store.
That's something that I think has been put on us, like you said, by society. Like, people that look this way are.
It's like they condition black people to think that way of us too. Yeah. We think the same way.
I completely understand where you're coming from, because even with having my hair, like when my hair isn't done, or it's like, I ain't gonna say nappy, but like if it's just I need a retwist, it's like people look at me a certain way. But as soon as I get a fresh retwist, it's yes sir, no sir, thank you sir. And before that, it's just here, this and that, and it's weird because I noticed that, and that's one reason why I wanted to grow my hair, because I wanted to be like a quote unquote a walking social experiment, like just to see the different reactions and interactions I would get based on my appearance. Like, nobody knows that just because I have hair or I have tattoos or I got goals, I just don't wear them all the time. But if I wear them and put them in a certain place, people gonna be like, "Oh, he's a thug." Yeah. And I think Richard Sherman had a whole spiel about this. If you don't know who Richard Sherman is,
they thought he was a thug too.
Yeah, he
graduated from Stanford.
That man's smarter than the mud, boy. But he had you just another dude with dreads.
The dreads,
and it's
man.
like a stigma that
it's crazy out here
put on us by quote unquote, I ain't gonna say quote unquote oppressors to make us hate each other, which it shouldn't even be that way.
It's levels to that stigma, because not if you black and you out here, you trying to make it all right, but when you black with dreads,
it's definitely harder.
Ooh, you added another level to it.
You added, and then if you got tattoos that's visible,
black dreads got tattoos,
even though tattoos
or you black and got tattoos, you black and got permanent goals.
Yeah, permanents. Like, I just seen plies.
Black with a neck tattoo, black with a hand tattoo.
Yeah. You
feel me? Anything below the wrist, anything above the neck.
It's like you look a certain way, but where did that even start from? Where did that
That's
even come from?
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Did somebody just one day, like, and I'm not talking about the term dreadlocks, because there's a bunch of history on like certain ethnicity, not ethnicity, certain not even religion, certain places that comes from, how that was formulated. There's people called dreads their hair locks, so they called it the dreadlocks, and there was some other stuff I was researching a couple days ago. But it's a bunch of different things or reasons why that name is even there. But it's just weird how, like, you can look a certain way, and even having hair, like, I could dress down and be looked at as if I'm an aggressive person, or somebody could be scared. But then if I go to work with my, my business attire on, I'm cool. It's just weird. Like, and I've had it happen to me both ways. Like, I've been in a store and been followed because of how I'm dressed. But then if I come in that same exact store, literally the next day with work attire on, 'cause I just got off, it's a completely different vibe. And it's so weird, because I think it's more of just how you look to certain people. Like, I think it's more of what they may see on TV, what they may see in a music video.
And what they see in real life, because it's crazy. Because, like, my wife was at Brandon Hospital, about to have my second child, about to have Sir. And I was late. I was coming all the way from Fort Drum in New York. I was in the Army. I was coming. It was, something went wrong with my leave. Them people I already turned my leave in. They ain't processed or whatever. I left. Boom. I'm 2 hours late I missed my son's birth by 2 hours, right? But the whole time she telling them, like, no, I need to wait. My husband coming. And she was telling me that the people ain't believe she had a husband, because I guess they have so many black single women who come through there saying that they have a boyfriend or the baby father is coming, and they don't come. And then I stayed in uniform. Yeah. I think if I wasn't in uniform, they wouldn't have sent me up there. Yeah. But I came in uniform, and they were like, "Oh, who are you looking for?" I'm like, "I'm looking for Natalie McWilliams." It was like, "Oh, get him up there right now." Like, literally, the officer escorted me up there
because he was in uniform.
Right,
Yeah.
but if I wasn't in uniform,
They
he
would've been like,
wouldn't
"Bro,
escorted me
get
up
outta
there.
here," yeah.
Because I literally hit the road. I jumped in the car, hit the road. I ain't changed clothes, take no shower, no nothing.
Yeah.
I just hit the road, bro. Drove straight 13 hours all the way there.
Wow.
And missed it by 2 hours, bro. So it's just crazy, like how they just blatantly disrespected my wife in her face. Like, she telling you she got a husband, but you don't believe her because you see so many single black women come through here
That reason
and just
alone,
have kids without the father present,
That's
without
scary,
the father
bro.
coming at
I couldn't
all.
do it. That's why I go to every one of my wife's doctor's appointments.
Yeah.
Even if it's not a sonogram, I go. They'll tell me to wait outside, like, because of COVID now, like,
Because they'll do anything to them. If you ain't present, you know what I'm
Bruh.
saying? They think they ain't got
I
nobody
make
present.
her.
They
I
might
make
induce
her,
them.
I make her
do some
FaceTime
crazy
me,
stuff.
and I listen to everything the doctor say, because not make her as in she don't got no choice, but because information gets lost in translation, and if they don't. They think they just talking to a single, like you saying, a single parent.
Yeah.
They just gonna tell them whatever they want to hear. Like, no, I got questions. I want to understand what's going on too. You're not just gonna tell my wife anything, and then she not really understanding what's going on because she's the only person there. She gotta worry about answering your questions. And then doctors, you know, they come in and come out. Like, they blah 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 blah. They speaking in all these fancy terms. Like, you need 4 sets of ears to kind of process this.
Yeah.
So like that's why
It
I
was
go
crazy
to
too,
every appointment, bro.
In Georgia, they make the father sign a birth certificate. I felt disrespected. They were like, "Oh, sir, do you want to sign the birth certificate?" I'm like,
Do you
"Sign it
want
for
to?
what?" Like, but I'm like, "Why would I sign a birth certificate? I know 100%. Like, that's my baby. Like, what?
They make you
why
do it
would
in the
I-
hospital?
Yeah,
Oh,
you gotta sign it.
Because when we had my only experience with birth, we went like maybe a week or two after to do it, and that's when I signed the
You
birth
get everything in there,
certificate.
but you gotta sign. Like,
Yeah.
you if you don't sign the birth certificate, then basically the child has no father.
That's wild.
Like, that's
Yeah.
crazy to
But
me.
that's to use a Dr. Umar quote. Why do we need white people paperwork?
It's just, I don't know, man. It's
Hey,
this status quo thing. Like, I think
It's almost
it's
like-
harder for blacks, man,
to
because
break
you
it
gotta jump through
down,
hoops.
it's like the norm of society is white is right, light is white. Even when we can go, and this is another topic for another day, light skin versus dark skin. We can even use the movie Hotel Rwanda. as
even
a
though
damn-
it's a more simplistic way, but I think like us as black culture, we make it. I mean, yeah, I agree and I disagree that white is right, but at the end of the day, in my head, how I'm looking at it is being professional is always right. Come talking to me with sense.
See, that's a completely different thing, because
what I'm
I'm not
saying?
saying that we get, because this is how we get perceived before we even talk.
right.
Now, if you come in that thing, just like you said last episode, for the people who might take offense to this is no offense to you. But if you go into an office building and you just talking like, what's Martin character from his show? Shanae. If you acting crazy like that, then people gonna look at you weird.
You coming up
You
smelling like loud, like a pound,
Bruh.
You
come on.
expect not to get looked at
Come
like
on.
you crazy,
Black
bro?
people gonna look at you weird. Like this, like we trying to. It's already hard enough. You just making it worse. And I'm not saying that you can't do what you want to do on your own time, but if you come somewhere, a place of business, conduct yourself accordingly. Even if you're working for a black person, they're not gonna let you just come in there.
Accordingly.
They're not gonna let you come in there high.
Because I'm black and I'm trying to put you on,
bruh.
and you doing stupid stuff to diminish or hurt my brand.
And I don't think people realize that. Unfortunately for us, I feel like no matter where you are in the world, one black person speaks to every black person in the sense like if
all for one,
instance,
one for all.
When they show how black people or how our culture is in a music video, they don't speak for every single black person, because 9 times out of 10 everybody hasn't heard that song or music video. But the perception is this is how black people act.
Right.
Vice versa. When we go out, if there's a protest, if there's a fight on, like you said before a couple episodes back, World Star, and a white person sees it, and we're not trying to be racial. It's not a racial episode. It's just this is just how we are perceived.
It is what it is.
It is what it is. 2021, we call it like we see it, but they automatically assume this is how everybody is. And it's just
like how black people, we assume that white people uppity, people, you know what I'm saying?
For whatever reason, we get
they have the
cringy.
same assumptions about us. They think that we no good, we lazy, all this. Like it go both ways.
It does.
But
I think
the way we get portrayed is fairly off target.
Yeah, it's ostracized a lot more because
hella off target.
It's only negative, and it's funny because I was watching it's Black History Month, so every streaming service got the Black Voices tag or Black Voices stuff out. And the first couple things I clicked through was the Malcolm X movie with Denzel. it's like a 3-hour movie. But I started watching it because I had never seen it. I read half the book and I was watching it. And, you know, he was talking about his early life and stuff like that. And, you know, how him and his family got split up because of foster care. And it was like, it made me feel a certain way, you know, because of my profession and whatnot. But at the same time, I was watching it and everything that he was going through was all like, it was all negative. Like just the comments from the other side. And it was like, dang, everything is not negative, but for whatever reason, that's just how we perceive.
Right.
And it's almost like they pushed it into our own heads to feel that same way. Like
negative Nancy's.
I'm not negative Nancy.
Negative Nancy's though.
You're right. It's just
negative
weird,
Nancy's, man. It's crazy.
Do you feel like now? I think it's a little different. You know, I still work in an office building. I see a lot of people who look like me, and I'm not saying looking like me as in black, but with dreads or locks, however you prefer to call them. Because I've heard, you know, you shouldn't say the word dread because it's a term that was meant to hate something. So you call them locks, whatever you want to call it. You know, we know what it is. But I've seen a lot of females with different color hair. It's more acceptable. It's not looked at as, oh, why, or it's not like so caught off guard. It is what it is. Even in high levels of recognition, like directors and stuff like that. But do you feel like it's okay for us to be individual in certain aspects when it comes to being professional, or is you just got to fit that mold of you have to look this way because it's just what people are comfortable with?
Like the old cliche go, it's a time and place for everything. You know what I'm saying? It's a time to be yourself and it's time not to be yourself. Like it's been instances where I'm in like a professional setting, and because of how I carry myself, that people look at me a certain way, and then we get off the clock at home, and now I'm acting like me, and they like, bruh, what? Like you like? I'm like, it's a time and place for everything, bro. I got tattoos. I got a scar on my face. You feel me? I'm buff as hell. I look like I done did 7 years in prison. You know what I'm saying? So I know
Rampage Jackson
I have to act a certain way. I know that. You get what I'm saying? Like, because I'm not going to necessarily say I set myself up for failure. Nobody did. If you like tattoos, you like tattoos. I like tattoos. I didn't ask
my theory on it.
Get in a car accident and get a scar on my face. You know what I'm saying? It's just what came. You get what I'm saying? So I just had to make sure I moved accordingly.
You know, not to cut you off, but the scar on your face, anybody who don't know you would be like, oh, he got into a fight in jail.
Bruh, do you know how many jobs I done been at? Or people done walked up to me and just been like, oh, what did you do to your girlfriend to make you cut her?
For real?
To make her cut you.
Bro,
like,
I swear in the face like that, bro. That's wild.
I swear to God, bro. It's to the point, like, I done had my scar since 2008, bro. I don't even know it's there. I don't even see it no more. So when somebody come up to me and say that, I'd be like, what the fuck is he talking? What the fuck are you talking about? And then I'd be like, oh, okay, here go the dumb shit. Like, and it's the same thing every time. What did you do to your girlfriend, or who scratched you? And I'm just like, bro, I've been working here for like goddamn a year, and you just not seeing my scar. Just not seeing it, bro. Like,
that's nuts, dog.
It's bro. And it's crazy because I feel like us as blacks, like, we work so hard at school, obtaining accolades, like, you know what I'm saying, bachelor's degrees, master's degree, just to be seen in a different light, not to be accepted. Don't give a fuck about no acceptance. It's
I think
to be seen,
just to be
in a certain light. I want my roses. Like, I want you to smell my roses. You know what I'm saying? It's just to be seen in a different light, and just to be seen as equals. And okay, you don't see me as an equal. Guess what? At the end of the day, I'm really happy that my mama named me Corey McWilliams, because when I go into an interview, I know when they pull my app, they see Corey McWilliams, they're not thinking of a buff ass black dude with a scar on his face and tattoos.
You might be Irish.
You get what I'm saying? Like, so when I bust up in there, and now you look at me and you shocked because you see the bachelor's degree, you see the master's degree, and you see all these other accolades, you like, damn. But you got to show me respect. You get what I'm saying? And now I can come to the table. Okay, you want to be starting me at, you know what I'm saying, $18, $20. I want 25.
Yeah.
You feel me? Because I'm worth 25. If you don't want to pay me 25, I'll go somewhere else and get 25 and more. You get what I'm saying?
The fact that an hour of your life can be monetized is nuts to me. Like I said, I'm against the system. I hate the Matrix, but it is what it is. But when you brought up the point about time and a place and knowing how to speak in a certain way, in a certain manner, in certain times, or on the clock, off the clock. That brought me to thinking about code switching. You ever heard that term before? Basically, it's, I don't want to say this, but it's like your white voice.
Turning yourself off.
Yeah, you turn
Basically
yourself on.
turning yourself off.
So like, for those out there who might not know what a quote unquote white voice is, it's when people tell you talking white because you're at your job, or you're articulating correctly because you know how to speak in a certain manner to certain people, so they're not offended or afraid of you because you present yourself in a different manner off the clock.
And I don't even think I don't think code switching to me, it ain't a thing. Because guess what? I got black friends who are very successful, own businesses, very successful businesses. If you come to them talking that slang, you think they finna hire you? Nope. These black businesses have white clients. Yeah. You get what I'm saying? And have to mingle in corporate America.
Is the green.
That's all they care about is money. Am I giving my money to somebody who is a bad investment? You get what I'm saying? So I own my own business. My homeboy want to be put on. Okay, what you know about this? What you know about this? Okay, if I'm gonna test you without you even knowing you being tested. I might take you to an event with me just to see how you mingle, how you talk to people. If you don't cut it off. If you don't cut you off and cut that professionalism on, I ain't gonna fuck with you, bro. Cause it is what it is. We have to move like this in order to obtain what we want. Don't get me wrong, black people, we are the majority, but you know what I'm saying? We are the minority in a lot of things, in certain aspects. Like it's a time and place for everything, bro. It just is what it is. It ain't code switching. It ain't talking white. It's doing what you got to do to obtain what you want, so you eat at the end of the day. Because ain't nobody else gonna feed you.
I 100% agree.
Ain't nobody else gonna feed you, man.
You can get mad because people won't accept that whole that part of what you bring to, or that part of your character, if you want to call it. But
listen, Plies, bro, perfect example,
bro.
Plies can be so much bigger. Not to say that he ain't even big. He can be so much bigger than what he is. What? If he just went commercial. But my dog, he true to who he is.
But he is so articulate.
He is articulate,
so
bro.
Smart, dog. Like
he really
it's crazy.
is, bro.
If you look at his mixtape and then just listen to him off the mixtape, you think it's Kirk Franklin, and they literally polar opposites.
For real, bro.
Not saying that he's like a devil. Kirk
He is very articulate. Don't get me wrong. He be cutting up, acting a fool, but that man is very articulate, bro. He can be so much bigger. He could be on a way bigger platform
if he was to go commercial.
You feel me? But he just true to his people, and there's nothing wrong with being true to your people. He probably done made his money
and did
what he wanted to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
He don't have to do that. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? He don't have to pull a Kevin Hart. He can just be him.
Why you keep hating on Kevin Hart, man?
Because he an ass kisser.
Hey man, I guess when that money get like that, you got to do it.
It is
bro.
what
it
is.
It is what it is.
It's not to say that, you know what I'm saying. Listen, everybody got to kiss a little ass to get to where they want to go, but you ain't got to put your face in the butt. You know what I'm saying? Everybody got to kiss a little ass to get to where they want to go, but you don't got to put your face in the butt. And I'm gonna just leave it at that, bro. You feel me?
Wait, hold on. I'm gonna need you to explain that.
Listen,
what you talking about?
Everybody need to kiss a little ass to get to where they want to go, but you don't gotta put your face in the butt. Meaning, bruh, you gonna have to be a do boy. You gonna have to be extra.
So basically, you just gonna have to pay. You
gonna
dues.
have to be extra. But once you done got to your platform, or once you done got to your avenue, all right, bro, calm down. You don't gotta go. You feel me? You don't have to keep going hard to be an extra.
You don't have to be a fanboy no more.
Right. Gotcha. Come on, bro. It's the time and place for everything.
Speaking
bro.
of like the white voice, black voice. You ever seen the movie? What's it called? Sorry to Bother You.
No,
bro. You gotta watch.
Bro,
you gotta start watching movies, man.
Yeah, I do.
You gotta start. You got all these channels for no reason.
No reason at all, bro.
This man got every channel in the world and don't watch no TV.
No.
I get it. It's the boob tube, but. Television.
Listen, I don't really watch no TV. My kids watch TV, bro. I be just
this movie is deeper than the title of Sorry to Bother You, and it's deeper than black and white voice thing. But it's just hilarious because in one scene he was trying to figure out how to get to the top floor. Like, man, how do I get to the shot caller level? Blah blah. And Danny Glover was in the movie too. He was like, "You got to put on your white voice." He was like, "I don't know what you're talking about." He's like, "Let me show you." And in the movie, like it's a split scene where they're talking, but the people on the phone as a telemarketing company, they think they're talking to a white person. He's like, "Hello, Mr. Davis. Sorry to bother you. This is so and so. Like, and he just comes on with that kind of voice. And bro, the people just start buying from him just because he sounds different on the phone. And next thing you know, he on the shot caller level. But if you haven't seen that movie, I'm not gonna spoil it for you. It's hilarious as hell. Lakeith Stanfield to me is a good actor. Granted, he had that whole moan session on the chat room. That
you really be watching movies because you know these actors and actresses by full name.
I like documentaries, but I like movies that make me think, bro. Like I love like sci-fi stuff. I love like futuristic type of movies. Like again, if you ain't watched Above Majestic, you got to watch it.
No, man.
It'll freak you out, but you got to watch it. I just like movies that make me think, man. This is like back to our podcast. I like to make people think, bro. I'm intrigued with psychology. I'm intrigued with how the brain works. And if I could go back and go to school again, I would definitely be some kind of
that led me to
psychologist or something like that.
I'm in my own head.
Come on, man.
I got a question for you,
You
bro.
got a podcast, bro. You can talk all day.
Check this out, bro. And this is, you know what I'm saying, for the people out there who, you know what I'm saying, might be on the other side of the fence and be like, dang, them boys talking about this, them boys talking about that. They tripping. They might not be tripping. So, President Obama, the first black president ever, you know what I'm saying, accepted, highly intelligent, incredible man, you know what I'm saying? Would you know who Chaotic is? Rapper out of Miami? Yeah. Chaotic? So for y'all who don't know who Chaotic is, picture, I'm gonna do somebody who global, who probably like well known. We're gonna do like
everybody know who Gunplay is.
Nah, we're gonna do not even Gunplay.
I was just talking about because of the hair.
We gonna do. I want to do somebody black. Tekashi ain't, he lame and bitch and he ain't black. So I'm gonna do like Lil Yachty.
Okay.
Go Lil Yachty.
Okay.
Would you support a black president who was the embodiment of Lil Yachty? Lil Yachty as president.
Lil Yachty as president. You mean the way he looks or the way he talks?
Everything about Lil Yachty.
It depends on what his platform was, because he got goals and red hair and braid and beads in his hair. But if he knew what he was doing as president, why not? We just had a fucking orange tangerine with no sense.
I don't think
ever.
I don't think black people, we ain't there yet. Like,
but
us as black culture, we know in certain aspects of life, we gotta move. If you're gonna be up there supporting us, you have to be playing their game.
Okay, I see what you're saying.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, I see what you're saying.
We just ain't letting any Future can't go run for president.
Yeah. But because that's
Young Scooter can't go run for president.
I mean, technically they can. Kanye did it.
They can, but you got to, if you're not
votes, playing ball with them,
you gotta remember. You gotta remember, all black people don't listen to rap. All black people are not hip to hip hop.
You're right.
So you have to appeal to the masses. And by me saying masses right now, I'm not even talking about whites.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the blacks. Yeah. You have to appeal to the masses.
But I mean, at the same time, Kanye don't appeal to everybody. People know who he is because he's that famous, but everybody don't like him.
But Kanye appeals to the... Kanye is like Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne went into rock, and so it's a lot of black people who don't... I don't listen to rock and roll.
Yeah, when he made that...
Wayne made rock and roll, and I ain't listened to not one song. But he blew up over there because he has a enormous white fan base. You get what I'm saying? So he's on both sides of the spectrum. So, he appeals to the masses. So
basically, you saying if somebody like Lil Yachty was to run for president, it would be...
Black people wouldn't jump. They wouldn't. They wouldn't support it.
He's not famous enough.
It don't even... I mean... Listen,
that's why Kanye was able to get some votes.
This is probably a little off topic, but I think it go with status quo. But for people who be like pro-black, if you pro-black, you say you for people, you for black people. Ride the wave of every black person. Don't pick and choose what wave you ride.
That's back to
you get what I'm saying?
You have to a sense, because if you don't, you're gonna end up in a situation like we just got out of. Like, people was tired of the typical politician. So some people voted for somebody who's a non-politician. Look what happened. So now, if you get a second chance to redo it...
But this ain't the first time that they done voted for somebody who wasn't a non-politician.
I mean, who wasn't a politician.
This ain't the first time they voted for somebody who wasn't a politician.
But I'm talking about who won, though.
We had one.
Who? Besides Trump?
Dick Cheney.
He didn't win. He was never president.
What the fuck is that man's name? Let me look this motherfucker up right now.
What are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
All right.
I'm always, you know what I'm saying? You wear your L's when you're wrong.
I'm just saying, like, I get where you're coming from. All I'm saying is, I don't think he would. I don't think that point of riding with anybody who's black is black just because at the end of the day they might not know what they're doing. And then what happens when they lose? It's like, see, this is why black people can't do blah blah blah. So like, you got to be careful with who you support and certain. Like, speaking of Plies, he just posted something the other day that said, if you just because you black, don't expect me to support your business if you got bad customer service and you don't have quality product. Like, don't get mad at me because I don't want to support you when you don't show up on time or you don't have a quality product. I'm not just gonna buy something from you because you black. Like, that's just like taking the that's just like,
I'm trying to play devil's advocate.
That's fine. You know, I'm all for it.
I'm bad at it, bitch. I'm telling you right now, I'm wearing my L and I don't give a damn.
I'm all for it. I'm just saying, just because you black don't mean that somebody got to support or somebody's going to support you.
Some people need to hear that.
Just because you're black,
that's what I'm trying to get at.
Somebody's going to support you, because if you don't have a quality product or a quality anything, whatever you're selling, if it's not quality, then nobody's going to just buy it just because you black. Like, shit, look at us. If people don't like our podcast and don't like what we're talking about, they're not going to buy our merch. It goes for anything. Like, you got to connect with people. You can't just be...
It wasn't George W. Bush. Yeah, I know that bitch ain't having no goddamn political background. It wasn't him.
Nah, I'm going to let you find it. But I get where you're coming from. But you can't just assume because you black and doing something.
He was an actor. It was one of the presidents who won that bitch and he was an actor.
Probably was...
what the fuck?
Was it Reagan?
Yes, him.
Look it up just to be sure. Check it up. Just
Ronald Reagan.
Was it Reagan?
Ronald Reagan.
But I mean, that was before our time. We couldn't even vote. Probably wasn't even alive.
Right, but I'm saying it wasn't the first time that they put somebody in office who, you know what I'm saying, prior to his presidency.
That's okay.
He was a Hollywood actor.
Maybe he fit the mold they were trying to build. So, I mean, you're right in a sense. Like, it's crazy how they can do stuff like that. But like you said, if you're not playing ball with them, you're not going to win. So that, okay, you voted, I'm assuming, let's say everybody voted for Obama who's black because he was black. First time we had a black president.
Oh, that's what happened.
But he knew what the fuck he was doing. Regardless,
he did. Regardless if he was black or not,
it was a dub. But if you put somebody,
but it was a blind dub. We ain't know.
I don't think it was blind.
Listen,
I don't think it was blind.
That was my first president I could ever vote for. I remember that shit like it was yesterday because I was goddamn at Bethune-Cookman. I think I was a freshman at the time, freshman or a sophomore. I think it was sophomore. Mm-hmm. But I knew nothing about. I ain't know nothing about presidents. I ain't know nothing about politics, politicians, nothing. All I knew is that I was going to HBCU and they were pressing us to vote for Obama because he was black and that he had the potential to be the first black president.
That was the what's the word? What they call it, the catchy title that people hung on to, first black.
But that's
president.
what it was. So you was at Cookman with me. You was there at this time.
I said this last episode.
Were they showing debates? The only time they even showed debates was the night that the motherfucker beat Mitt Romney.
But okay,
I didn't know this man platform. I didn't know he was married. I didn't know his kids. I didn't know nothing about him.
Hey, we got a chance to.
I just seen a black man up there. And I'm like, well, okay, I'm going to vote for him.
What was the song? My president is black.
My Lambo is blue.
And
you feel me? When he won, we were banging that shit outside the gym.
Bruh, I remember the whole fountain on the quad got broke that night.
Oh, yeah.
I know who broke it.
Jumped off the top of Megs. And he done jumped into it.
Hey, I know who broke it. I'm not going to say your name, but I know who broke it. But anyway, that was one time that everybody just blindly did something that worked out. Some people mad because of other stuff, agenda wise, blah, blah, blah. But I believe every politician they all in the same boat. It's two sides to the same coin.
No, they all in the same boat.
Brother, you got to be
Donald
a part
Trump
of it.
Ain't in the same boat. Right. Hillary Clinton wasn't in the same boat.
But in order to
Bernie, punk ass, keep letting us down.
It ain't his fault people won't vote for him because they keep saying he old.
What you keep running for then?
Because the Congress, they're not gonna let that man win, bro. He's too far left.
He should have moved.
He's too far radical.
He should have moved the hell out the way and endorsed Stacey Abrams. Get the hell out the way.
Did she run? Did she try to run?
She could have.
I don't think she was gonna run, bro.
She
wasn't gonna win against Kamala anyway.
Don't matter. But two black women up there bumping instead of
that would have been fire.
old Colonel Sanders up there running against.
That was
Kamala.
something I thought about the other day. I think Joe 82. So 4 years he gonna be 86. You really think he gonna be president at 90?
He might. Listen,
somebody got to run next 4 years.
Listen,
that's what I'm thinking about.
Joe getting Bill Clinton love. Cause blacks love him because he was fucking with Obama. Blacks love him.
He really been president for 8 years already. Not taking nothing from Obama, but he's been in office already. So this is really gonna be 12 years.
Yeah.
But I saw a meme that was about Bill Clinton when the whole Capitol riot stuff was going on, and we completely off topic now. But
we've been
since we here. It was a meme of Bill Clinton. He said, "Y'all was worried about me getting my dick sucked."
Oh yeah, I seen that.
Bro, that was hilarious, dog.
And they was worried about that man get some head in there, man.
You always say I'm watching stuff, so like I say, I like stuff that make me think, bro. I like futuristic stuff. If y'all ain't watched Snowpiercer, catch up on the first season, bro.
None of that, bro.
It's fire, dog.
I'm watching Grey's Anatomy right now, so
I don't care about that. That's been on for 30 years, bro.
So what, bro? My wife want to watch it. I'm watching it. That's what I'm on right now.
I'm shutting up. My wife want to watch something. I'm gonna watch it too.
That's what I'm on right now.
I hate this saying, happy wife, happy life. I believe in happy spouse, happy house.
Shit true.
It's 50-50, bro. I don't believe in that one side of shit. But hey, whatever floats your boat. I'm not gonna sit here and tell you any different than somebody would tell me.
Hey, y'all, he one of them people I was talking about the last episode. When if you think that you winning or you in control, it's because your wife letting you think you in control.
And
he over there. And the
Bible
real
tells
good.
you a wise man plays the fool. So I'm stupid, and I kiss principle everything. I keep it simple and stay stupid.
Yeah, only he think that. But yeah, man, back to topic though. Status quo, man. At the end of the day, man, if you want to play, you gotta play the game the way it was
chess,
set.
not checkers.
You're right. You just gotta play the game. It ain't no code switching or none of that. Because at the end of the day, you gotta get what's for you. And you got to get it by any means necessary.
I think something need to be said. And you work for yourself. You're a businessman. So if you want to own your own business and you want to do something that you don't have to wait on the man for a check, so to say, put yourself in position to get there. Like, don't automatically assume it's going to be a microwavable thing and it's just going to happen overnight.
Right. I ain't mean to cut you off, but don't think that, like, okay, in some aspects of business, you don't gotta change. If you about to bust out an online store or some junk like that, you ain't gotta change. But if you finna open up a company where you gotta be in these people's face, man, you best to believe
the only way
your
it's gonna be successful
matter.
Is
you better believe your appearance matter.
And back to what Mac was saying, you might have to kiss a little ass. You gotta get where you gotta
kiss
go.
A little ass, but you ain't gotta put your nose in the butt.
Depending on what you're trying to do, you gotta have the right customer base. And at the end of the day, man, the people with the money, that's the only way you're gonna get. That's the only way they're gonna spend money. But if they don't like your product or
white people are gonna spend their money on what makes sense to them and what look good.
Because at the end of the day, the funny part is saying that it be your own people who don't support you. Because I know everybody got
you
friends.
got black investors out here that is skeptical about investing in blacks. It just is what it is. It is what it is. I could tell stories
for days about bad customer service I've had dealing with black stuff. I could tell it about white stuff too. It can work both ways. I've had issues at Domino's. Like it's all over. But for whatever reason, when you're a black and you have a business, man, or if you work in a certain field, you got to hold yourself to a higher standard because they judge us based on everything we do. Like, that's just how it is. It sucks. It's stupid. It's a double standard, but you should know by now there's certain things we can and can't do because you'll mess it up, not for yourself, but for the next person that's trying to come on and get a job or, trying to start their career.
And that's what we're not trying to do.
Yeah, man, we're trying to keep this thing pushing and moving. 2021, it's been a little... But
2021 been straight. It ain't really been. I mean, the only out of pocket thing happened was when, you know what I'm saying, the whites got mad and they done rioted the Capitol. Other than that, man, 2021 been hitting.
I mean, we lost.
R.I.P. to Sicily. You know what I'm saying? Hank Aaron. You know stuff. But 2021.
You right. I'm not gonna be
2021.
Mad. 2021 mad at that.
It ain't really.
It's not. It hadn't been that crazy.
Yeah, it ain't been.
It started off a little rocky, but it's starting to simmer down. We're gonna see.
Yeah.
It's the first week of Black History Month. We're gonna see how.
I'm waiting for the first motherfucker to go retarded off them COVID vaccines. That's all I'm waiting on. I'm waiting for a bit to.
You gotta stop saying that word, man.
I told your stupid ass. I told you, man.
With you, but you right.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting, boy.
Hey, hopefully it doesn't happen that way. Hopefully we don't end up in I Am Legend situation. But who knows, man? Nobody knows, man. Right. Nobody knows.
And I need to talk to whoever said it's bad to use the word retard. Cause your soft ass.
That's a whole nother episode.
Yeah.
You giving away too much right now.
Roasted, yeah.
You giving away too much. You giving away too much right now.
Nobody retarded.
You can't say certain stuff.
It is what it is.
I mean,
you get to call me a nigga. I can't call you retarded.
What Dave Chappelle said when the lady told him he can't say nigger on.
Oh yeah, and he got the white girl to say nigga.
No, he was in the it was a couple stand-ups ago. He was talking about how he was in the meeting and the lady was like, you can't say he can't say faggot on stage.
Oh yeah,
because he's not a faggot. And he was like, well, I'm not a nigger either, and she just looked crazy.
Yeah, I seen that.
Like,
right?
I mean, I don't know. It's certain. That's a whole other episode. Yeah. We promise it's gonna be funny, but.
Got me
what else we got,
I ain't
man?
calling nobody retarded.
What else we got, man?
It's the shout out segment.
No, man, we missing something.
What
bro.
we missing? Because I don't know what we missing.
Oh, all right. So we got a segment, man. We trying to get it rolling, but we need participation.
I'm tipsy, bro. So
we need participation. So our segment is called People Problems. We wasn't
gonna call it Black people problems, but you know what I'm saying. Yeah. You got some white people that live in the trenches too.
Yeah, we wanted to be inclusive.
You know what I'm saying? Got them problems. Some Migos that got them problems too.
We wanted to be inclusive, man. So everybody involved, man. So for instance, people problems, bro. If you got anything that you feel like is a problem that people don't think about, or a catastrophic thing that somebody never brought up or never even talked about publicly, or something that happened to you that is just unbelievable, man.
It could be anything. I'm talking about growing up when your grandma had the aluminum foil on the windows. You feel me? Yeah.
Or if you had that one uncle who used to walk weird at the family reunion, man, who everybody stayed away from. They just knew he was that uncle. Mm-hmm. Just hit us up, man. Sophisticated Ignorance Podcast at gmail.com. That's IGNANC.com. At gmail.com. Messing up the email. I think the cut might be getting to me too.
Yeah.
But we're going to introduce it and have some funny stuff for y'all next episode, man. I think we've been here.
You ever seen your grandma without her wig?
Bruh. I heard my grandma fart one time.
Shit
was. I heard my grandma curse one time too. That junk was so funny.
Yeah,
I never heard her curse. She walking up the stairs. Shit. I was like, what the? Mm-mm. Hey, that caught me off guard. I never heard. My grandma was an angel to me. She didn't do no wrong.
Yeah.
But even it was just funny though to hear her curse. But yeah, man, if y'all got anything y'all want us to talk about on air, man, email us at sophisticatedignorancepodcast@gmail.com, man. We'll make sure to shout y'all out and also bring up your topic. With that being said, we got any shout outs? Or you got something else?
Shout out to you know what I'm saying, whoever the viewer was who put a thumbs down on the YouTube video. You got my dog in his feelings and stuff.
I was hot about that.
I ain't care. I was happy you even took the time out to give us a thumbs down.
That just mean you listen to it.
You feel me? I appreciate it.
It is what it is, man.
I appreciate it. But you know what I'm saying? Big shout out to my boy Mello the Barber. You know, MELLODABARBER on Facebook. You know what I'm saying? My boy just started a little clothing line, you know what I'm saying? Make you move.
I like that. That's fire.
Well, I like it. You know what I'm saying? I had to copy everything he was selling. So that means y'all need to go and support my dog like ASAP. And then you also know, if you ain't know, you gonna know right now. MAC Vision Photography. .com. We take pictures of strippers, retarded people, all that. I don't care. I'm using the word retarded. We do all that. So, MacVisionPhotography.com. Go book your goddamn next photo shoot. Get these pictures.
And just for clarification, retarded is not being used in the literal sense for
it's
people
not.
Who gonna get mad about it.
But come get these pictures.
That's a perfect example.
I appreciate you. That's why.
That's a perfect example of one of the topics we talking about. People problems, man. Y'all, we know what we mean when we say the R word. But for those who get offended by stuff, I'm gonna say the R word.
I don't get offended when you call me a nigger, and I know what you mean.
Anyway,
that go for both people.
Back to the shout outs, man. What else you got?
You know, I done gave my shout outs. Pretty much. Yeah.
That's it. You good?
I'm good, man.
Okay, so with it being Black History Month, I figure it's a positive thing just shine light on some of the black inventors or black people who we might not have learned about in school. So I got 2 shout outs today. The first is for a Mr. Jerry Lawson. He unfortunately passed. Not unfortunately, I'm not gonna say unfortunately. He could have been of elder age and probably lived a long, peaceful life. But he passed away in April of 2011. But Jerry Lawson was an engineer and the father of the commercial video game cartridge. So for everybody who ever played Nintendo 64 or Sega and had to blow in your cartridge, even though it said don't blow into it, he's the father of modern gaming. So for everybody who plays games today and started with cartridges, thank that man for creating that, because without him, you wouldn't have had it.
And you had anybody who know you had to blow in them games to get them things right.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
You feel me? You had to. That should have came on the back of it in the goddamn warning label.
That's
like,
what
you got
she
to
said.
blow to keep that bit playing.
That's what she said.
Yeah, no homo.
Pause. But anyway, my second shout out is to an African American inventor, William H. Richardson, who patented an improvement to the baby carriage in June 1889, and he designed the basket shape for the baby carriage to make it more symmetrical, if I'm using that term right. So you got a basket, you got a baby carriage for your baby because of a black person. You got a video game with a cartridge because of a black person. Remember that next time you complain about black people.
Remember that.
Also, I want to shout out to City of Tampa for hosting the Super Bowl, for doing big things this year. Shout out to my dog.
And if you ain't from Tampa, what you doing?
For real. Shout out to my dog, Young Biscotti. Biscotti, Shots by Scotty's on Instagram. Shout out to all the stuff he's been doing. He just shot a bunch of videos for Tampa rapper Buck Sosa. If y'all know who that is, go check out that music. Shout out to my dog. I don't even have his shorts. Lord Zapata on Instagram. Mused by Pablo. He do fire custom shorts. Any jersey, any kind of athletic attire you want made into some shorts, he can do it. Go ahead and check him out on Instagram, Twitter, all that stuff, man. Mused by Pablo.
Tell him, don't be lame all your life, man.
Yeah, man. Get some custom work.
I'm trying to put y'all on.
But anyway, with that being said, man, I'm Chris. This is Mac. We are Sophisticated Ignorance from the classroom, kicking content as usual. Until next time, we are out. Peace. Hey.